So if you're tired of guessing what videos you should be creating next, let me show you the exact system I use to find viral video ideas in minutes. It's simple, it's fast, and it's exactly how I choose topics that actually gets views. As you may already know, finding video ideas really comes down to whether or not you can spot an outlier. For those of you that don't know, it's pretty much a video that performs way above the creator channel's normal average. It's the closest thing you'll get as a guarantee that your own video can perform well. But the problem is, finding these outliers manually is a super time-consuming process. You're pretty much bouncing around a lot of different channels, slaving away by checking out a lot of different analytics, and opening a million tabs just of all your different competitors. And this is not efficient at all. I know this because right now I have 6 different windows with over 100 tabs open for each of them. It's kind of crazy. So that's why I recommend a tool like VELIO. It basically compresses all the research into one place and makes the whole process a lot easier for yourself. And unlike other common tools like vidIQ or 1 of 10, VELIO lets you to create a database specifically made for your own niche. So instead of having those hundreds of tabs open and saved, VELIO puts all your competitors' standout videos into one single platform. And the nice thing is VELIO also pulls other channels you might have never heard of into your database as recommendations. So with that being said, let's quickly hop into my tool and I can show you exactly how you should be using it to, of course, find viral video ideas. So this is pretty much what VELIO would look like if you were to get the program. So if you want to create a database, all you want to do is click on the track channels location right here. And then after that, all you want to do is then create a new channel database. What I like to do is use the AI feature to help speed things up and have VELIO suggest channels for me, like I mentioned earlier. But if you want to manually build your channel database, you can definitely do that, or also use a template. But for the purposes of this video, I'll just be going with the AI option. Now, when you're on the screen, you just want to name your database whatever you want. For the purposes of this video, I'm just going to be naming it personal channel broader because it's something a lot easier for me to recognize, but just name it whatever you want. But where I want you to have all your focus in is on the description for the database. This is basically where you'll be describing the niche you want VELIO to help pull the video ideas from. So that could be related to topics like LinkedIn content creation, rebuilding crash damaged cars, you name it, it can be in any niche that you are looking into. However, what I like to do is instead zoom out on one level. So instead of describing the exact hyper-specific niche that you are creating videos for, I want you to write a description of the broader category your niche actually falls under. So for example, if you're in the YouTube growth niche like me, the broader category could be something like social media growth, personal brand building, or even business scaling. Making the description a lot broader helps VELIO find video ideas that haven't been tested more specifically in your own niche. And this will give you a lot of new angles and packaging opportunities that have not been tested yet. Now, as a quick note, be as descriptive as possible when you write this broader niche. The more you give VELIO to work with, the more accurate the database will become. And also, unless you are making content in a different language, make sure to always click on the exclude non-English channels at the bottom right here to help make the database a lot more accurate to your own needs. Now, after you spend your time writing that description, VELIO moves on to the next part, which is the channel list building stage. And this is where a lot of people and a lot of creators just get it wrong, unfortunately. What I often see is creators only adding the direct competitors that they are associated with in their own niche. But instead, what I want you to do is only add one close competitor. For example, I'm just going to type this channel right here because he is probably the closest competitor to my YouTube channel and where I take a lot of inspiration from. And then all I want you to do afterwards is add bigger channels or other suggested channels that VELIO is pulling from in this broader niche that you describe to it. So for example, I can click on this guy right here, vidIQ, because that's a pretty big one, channel makers, Nick Minin right here, Claire. Now with all these different channels, it helps give a signal to VELIO to help suggest other types of content for your database. Now once you selected around maybe 5 to 6 different channels, VELIO will start recommending channels it thinks would fit into your niche's description. And here's the key part. And this is where the cool part begins with VELIO because it's kind of like a game right here. But you don't want to overthink the step when creating your database. And what I mean by this is that you don't want to go too overboard with the rejections. As long as the content falls within the broader category category you wrote earlier, just track it. For example, with this video right here, I can see that it is more focused on, let's say, YouTube growth and business growth. So this is definitely fitting into my niche, so I want to track it. For a channel like this, you can see that your digital ally does create content about YouTube growth, so it does fall under my broader niche. So I'm just gonna go track it. Right here, Jamie right here makes a lot of content that is also about YouTube growth, but is more focused for a lot of these business owners, which of course I help out with when it comes to making YouTube videos. So I'm also going to track it. But here is an example of a channel that does not fit at all into my niche right now. So I'm just going to reject it because it is a very obvious choice. Now, Roberto right here is very obviously fitting into my niche, so I'm just going to follow him right here. Goom's podcast doesn't really make a lot of videos that is considered in my niche, so I'm just going to reject it. And you just want to continue going through this entire process of whether or not the channels that VELIO is recommending to you does fall into your broader niche category. Now, once you saw that confetti animation pop up and the progress bar fills up like this, that means your database is pretty much done creating. And all you got to do is just create the database. Now, once your database is created, you're going to see something like this. But before diving in, you want to clean it up because there is a lot of junk that VELIO did actually put into your database. You just want to make sure it does not suggest ever again. So what you want to do is go through the recommended channels and untrack anything that is irrelevant. So for example, what I'm looking for right here is pretty much videos that I don't think pretty much relates to the niche that I'm working in. For example, you can see that this video right here is talking a little bit more about Instagram, which kind of falls into the broader category, but not really more specifically about YouTube or personal branding. So I might untrack that channel, but you can see that this video might be pretty interesting. Another channel right here, because you can see it's in a different language, I'm just gonna untrack this one because it doesn't fall into my category at all. There's another video right here talking a little bit more about my day in a life, but it doesn't fall into my category or my broader niche, so I'm just gonna untrack it. And you just want to continue with this process over and over again, just making sure that all the videos that are being suggested to you are actually falling into your broader niche. Now, after that, we can actually find those viral video ideas that I promised earlier in the beginning of this video. So all you have to do to find those video ideas is just by sorted by the outlier feature right here under this tab. So once you click onto that, this will instantly show you videos that have performed extremely well across all the channels in your database. What I also like to do to add a lot more filters on top of this is by going onto this tab right here and adjusting the maximum subscriber count to around 90,000. And this way, VELIO will only show you outliers from smaller creators. And you want to do this because this gives you a lot more ideas that are a lot more realistic for your channel, and it eliminates all of that familiarity bias with a lot of larger channels. Now, with all those filters on, I can see that this video over here performed extremely well for this creator who had a medium view count of around 46 views for a lot of his videos that he has uploaded, but this video has gotten hundreds and thousands of views. So when I click on the tab right here, find similar video ideas, I can actually see that this video was already tested in a lot of different niches. As an example, you can see that this video was tested in the LinkedIn growth niche, landing page niche, and even in the lead generation niche. And this is pretty much an indicator that this video idea has performed extremely well in a lot of different categories. And what this probably means is that I can bring this video idea into my own niche and test it out. For example, I could probably package this video right here as something like Alex Hormozi's advice on YouTube. By the way, I'm actually going to be making this video very soon and testing it. So if you want to see the results when this video drops, you should definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel and wait when it gets uploaded in a few weeks. Now, with that being said, there are 3 different databases you should be creating on VELIO. The first one is the one I just talked about, which is the broader niche database. Now, the second database that you should be having is more focused on your hyper-specific niche. That way you can easily closely follow what your competitors are uploading. And for the third one, it's something a lot of creators don't actually do. So I want you to create a database from an adjacent niche. And what I mean here is that you're creating a database on a niche that is outside your original niche, but there is some small overlap with the audience. And in this next part, I'll show you exactly why this third one is so valuable. Now, here on my screen, you can see all the different databases that I created. But notice this one right here. It's a little bit more focused on Instagram content creation. Now, this might seem a little bit random to have, but the audience for this type of niche overlaps really well with a lot of the YouTube growth videos out there, since both of these niches fall under the same category of personal branding growth or personal branding building, whichever way you like to call it. So this gives me video ideas that I haven't been yet tested on my channel or in my niche yet. For example, if you were to scroll down and see this video right here, you can see that it performed really well in the Instagram niche. So I could probably easily repackage this video or this core video idea and put it into my own niche about YouTube education and test it. So I could probably repackage this video as something like 20 things I wish I knew when I first started YouTube, and probably use a very similar thumbnail design. So when it comes to creating your database, you always want to think about the niche with similar audiences. And if you want to get more experimental, you can even build databases that are completely unrelated to your own niche. This is a lot more of a riskier approach, but sometimes the best ideas come from outside your own bubble. Now that you know how to find outlier videos that have the chance to go viral, you want to build your broader database first, because this will give you the biggest pool of viral video ideas instantly. And once that is settled, you can definitely consider creating databases for your own hyper-specific niche or even for adjacent niches. And if you want to see whether that Hormozy idea I found actually works, you should definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I'll be uploading that test video very soon. Oh, and by the way, I'm not sponsored by VELIO. I just thought this was a really cool tool and I wanted to share it with you guys, or whoever's watching this video. I don't know. So yeah, definitely try out VELIO if you want to find viral video ideas, because I know you will kill it on YouTube.